It's Elgin over here at eXp Realty. I just wanted to talk to my buyers here real quick. And I noticed, whoa, 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 I noticed that you have been looking at some real estate. And I wanted to kind of talk just a little bit about the state of the market. Because I'm getting a couple of questions. I'm getting them consistently, which is with interest rates rising. And now, yeah, I believe they're around 7%, about 7% for a 30-year fixed. And I'm hearing people say, well, um, I can't afford that. Or I'm hearing people say, well, I don't want to pay 7% interest rate. And, why should I buy a home right now? So here I'm going to give you a couple of reasons why and a couple of options. So here's reason number one. Reason number one is when the market was going crazy, for our sellers goes. Prices are going up. Prices are selling $50,000, $100,000 above their asking price sometimes, and people were waiving their contingencies and their rights, and there was no closing cost or assistance or anything else from the sellers. Everything was as is. Not only were people still buying houses, people were losing out in multiple offers, right? So now we have a situation where properties are staying on the market a little bit longer. Prices have come down some. Not a lot, but have come down some. I've been telling people for years that interest rates have more to do than property prices do as far as affordability. See, at the end of the day, what you're looking for is what can you pay and afford monthly. The rest of it is just monopoly money. You want to keep it real. You can't go to the grocery store and buy food with your equity. So, that being said, why should you buy now? Well, here's the reason why. Number one is there are sellers now that are more willing to help and willing to assist buyers in their qualifications. Now, how do they do that? Well, one, sellers are, some of them, are more open to helping buyers with closing costs. So now you come out of your pocket with less money. Tell you a good strategy that some of my sellers have been willing to do after we talked and looked at the numbers is that they're willing to contribute money to help the buyers buy down their interest rate. So if the interest rate's at 7, what if it could be bought down to 6 and lower your monthly payment and you not go above the list price, right? What if you can do things like that to get into home ownership? Because one thing I do know is realistically, if you don't get in when you can, you probably won't get in forever or for a long time. I say that to you to say this. Interest rates were at all-time lows pretty much for the last 10 years almost, at least 5. But for 10 years, we had an amazing run with the prices of homes. What if, what if 5 to 10 years ago, even just 2 years ago, you did anything you possibly could, maybe even not get the exact home you like, maybe not go to the exact area you wanted to go to. What if you made it happen and you got a home of your own? See, realistically, for most of us, now I understand this is not everybody, but for most of us, we have to pay either a mortgage for ourselves or we're paying rent, which is a mortgage for someone else. I would challenge you to add up what you paid in rent, say the last 5 years. How much money have you paid in rent? And if you decided to move today and rent a different place, how much money would you get from your landlord? I know it's a rhetorical question, but the answer is at best you're going to get your security deposit, whatever that is. What if you had done whatever it took and you got into home ownership 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 2 years ago, and you decided at this particular point you wanted to, needed to, thought it was the best move to now sell your home? Realistically, based upon what the appreciation rates have been, how much money would you able to bring and help your family? Not to mention tax write-offs, all the other things going on with home ownership that aren't available to you when you're renting. Now I understand that there are different reasons why people rent. I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm telling you right now is do not let the interest rate rising be the reason you don't buy now. Because I'm going to give you a hint. There's a very strong possibility that the rates will increase higher in the near term versus coming down. Anything significant. Because in the 34 years I've been selling real estate, the average during the time I've been selling it has been between 6 and 8%. And when Pilar and I bought our first home, the rate was at 14%, and we did a buy down. What I'm talking to you about now, we bought our interest rate down to 12.5%. And in that market, the seller didn't help us. We bought it down ourselves. So let's talk. If you are and I know that you're looking at property, look like you're looking at some stuff on your portals. Let's look at pre-qualifications, pre-approvals. Let's look at numbers. Let's see what it looks like for you to be able to afford a monthly payment. Let's see what that looks like. And if that is something that we can work on, then I would highly suggest you get your piece of real estate. Thanks for listening. Have a blessed day. And remember, no matter what you're going through in life, it's just a temporary condition because things do change. And it truly is. It's a great life. God bless you.